Hello, student. Today we are going to talk about global marketing. Due to the globalization, marketers are presented with the various opportunities, which means that the firm must assess the variability of various opportunities for the potential market entries. We will examine the four sets of the criteria which is necessary to assess the country's market. So there's a four factors: economic analysis using metrics, second, infrastructure and technology, third, social cultural analysis, fourth, the governmental action. So first, let's talk about analyzing the infrastructure and the technology capabilities. A firm's ability to conduct a business in a particular country is in a large measure determined by that country's infrastructure. Infrastructure is determined as the basic facilities, services, and the installations needed for a community or the society to function. An example of the transportation, communication system, water, power lines, or the public institution such as schools or post offices and prisons. Especially there are four key elements, which is the transportation, distribution channel, communications, and codes. Now let's talk about governmental actions. Among the many different governmental actions, we will particularly focus on two things. First one is tariffs. So tariff is also considered as duty, which is the tax levied on a good imported into a country. So basically tariff is a tax on the imported goods. So it may, by just adding the taxes on the product original price, it artificially raises the price. So with the high price, it artificially also lower demands. So the next one is the quota. So it artificially controls the quantity, kind of minimum or the maximum with the limit. So it reduces the availability of the imported goods. So many trade negotiations often revolve around this reducing or the eliminating tariffs, quotas, or similar impediments to trade. Both measures give the benefits to the domestic market because they reduce the foreign competition. And another interesting concept is the tariff engineering, because some companies, although they want to enter the certain markets, if their government gives them the high tariffs, then it really discourages the country's consumers to buy your products. So the tariff engineering means that you alter the design or the manufacturing production to make your product as fit into the certain standards of the government's tariff, so that you can avoid high tariffs to enter the certain country's markets. I highly recommend you to learn about what kind of examples can be the tariff engineering, and then also understand the concept. The next part is the social-cultural analysis. In the previous chapter, we talked about culture. What is the culture? Culture is the group of people that share the similar meanings, beliefs, or morals, values, and it exists in the two levels. So understanding another culture is very crucial to the success of the global marketing initiative. And the two level is, the first one is the visual artifacts. So it's very easy to recognize because it's explicitly presented. The second one is the underlying values. So it's kind of more about the beliefs or relate to the values. So it's more difficult to understand. And here is the diagram of the Hofstadter analysis. The Hofstadter cultural dimensions offer the foundation for the more research into the culture. There are 6 dimensions, and then I just provide what is the definition of each factors. So after you understand about the 4 factors of the global markets, what is the next step? The same as what we learned in the marketing plan and the marketing strategy. You need to segment the market and then choose your targets and then positioning. However, the global STP are more difficult because, first, the global expansion have much more difficult to understanding the cultural nuance of the other countries because it's not your country, so they share different beliefs and their thoughts, and then you should read those lines. And then also, even with each country, they have the subcultures. So not all cultures are universal, even in the same country. There's another additional layers that you should understand. And the third one is sometimes, although it's the same product, consumers see the products differently depending on the countries, and also consumers play different role depending on the countries as well. Those kind of the product or services should be the positioning differently in the different markets. So once you set up the segmentation, target positioning, what is the next step? As we learn in the marketing strategy and marketing plan, the next step is that you implement marketing mix with those plans and strategy. Let me tell you about 3 different types of the global product or services strategies. So the first one is that use the same product or services in both home country and the host country, which is called the globalization. The most famous case is the Apple case. So whenever you go to the Apple store in the different countries and in the US, which is the home country, they sell the same iPhone, same color of the iPhone, and the same color of the MacBook, and also provide the same specification. So this is the examples of the globalization. And then the second one is the similar product or services with the minor adaptation. IKEA is the examples about it. So let me tell you more details about it. When you go to the IKEA in the different countries, you feel kind of similar feelings. Oh, this is the IKEA store, the what I'm familiar with. So this is the photos about the IKEA Paris in Canada and IKEA India. So they display those the restaurants with the IKEA products, and then those products you have seen in your neighborhood IKEA store as well. And also, they always offering in the food courts. They always offering the Swedish meatball. But what the IKEA made the modification is they add the macarons as desserts in Paris. And also they add poutine, which is the Canadian potato dish in the IKEA Canada. And then they add curry and biryani in the India. They use the same products, but they make the little modifications about their products to adjust the market. Last step is the totally new product or services. So the level of the economic development and then culture taste also affect the global market strategy because they related directly to the consumer's behavior. So the Nestle, they created some flavors available and only sold in the Japan, and it is specifically designed to appeal to Japanese customers, their tradition. Especially some versions like kind of wasabi, matcha, or the sweet potatoes are kind of the great examples of this. I'm sharing these examples for your global case analysis as well. So please review this examples and then chapter as well, this entire slides. And then I hope this is helpful for your global cases analysis assignment. So this is all about the lecture today. Please review entire slides well and then understand each concept and examples. Try to incorporate these concepts when you do the global case analysis. Thank you for watching.